Hey, let's start out with that 2-liter right there. Nah, let's don't. Let's start on that 2-liter. It's not. How about one of those 12-ouncers? Oh, I like the one on the right better. Yeah. And let's take that guy out after all. Nice. Woo! Explosion! Cool. This is the Lionheart, the compact model. Not a bad little gun. Bottom line is, not a bad little gun. We've had a few issues with the slide locking back before the magazine's empty. Don't think I've had any malfunctions where it's like hung up ammo on the feed ramp or anything like that. Just occasionally the slide will just be back when you still got ammo in there. So I don't know what that's about exactly, but it's not thoroughly broken in. Maybe that's it. It's an outgrowth of the K5 that the South Koreans have carried for about 20-25 years, the K5. And I was not all that familiar with that firearm. I've never fired one of those, but as I understand, they're well respected. They really are. And Colt set up manufacturing over in South Korea back in the 70s, and we have a presence in South Korea, in case you didn't know that, and have for quite a while, right? And so Colt was making M16s and 1911s over there. And then they were bought out by the government, as I understand, and Daewoo, and then Daewoo and whoever, they all came up with this. And this became essentially the pistol, the K5, for the South Korean military. And they still carry it. It's still in use, and they seem to like it. For those of you who know firearms, it looks a little bit like the old 5900 series of the Smith & Wessons, which I was never particularly fond of, to tell you the truth. Like the Model 59 and 5906 and all those different models that came out, I just was never crazy about automatics, semi-automatics from Smith & Wesson. I've always loved the revolvers, but just wasn't. It's also got a little Browning high power in its history. It's and P38. You can see a lot of guns in it, and we're going to talk about the action. Definitely very different. Let's take a couple of shots. Let me show you something here. Now, you notice what I was doing when we started there. Let me explain what that foolishness was about briefly. I don't want to confuse you about the action, even if I'm confused about it, okay? Let's unload it. No, I'm not confused about it. It's just very different. You have a thumb safety, which is ambi, and you can carry it that way. You can even rack the slide with the safety on. So that's kind of a neat feature. I like that. It is, generally speaking, it's a double action to single action pistol. Okay, you put a round in. I'll let the hammer down. Oh, safety's on. Sorry. You put a round in, and you got a long pull, and then the hammer's going to stay back, of course, and then you got single action. Like a Beretta 92, any of those. All right. The thing that's different about this weird thing is when it's cocked. You saw me do it. You just push the hammer. That's kind of the decocker. You just push the hammer down, and then you still fire it. How's that for strange? Okay, that's the decocker. There you go. It kind of goes back to double. See, it's in single action mode. See the trigger? If I push the hammer down, it goes back to double action mode. How's that for interesting? Okay. Now, one other thing though, when you do that, it becomes very light. You see how that operates? So when you do that though, you drop the hammer back down, it makes that trigger extremely light. Look at this. Put my little pinky on there. I mean, it's just nothing. It's just nothing. It's almost the same. I would say it almost doesn't change. It's almost still single action. You just have a little bit longer trigger pull. Okay, so that's interesting.